Between the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Arius, there was an age undreamed of. And unto this, Conan, destined to wear the jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow. It is I, his chronicler, who alone can tell thee of his saga. Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Holy shit, that was amazing. Welcome, everybody, to 3D6 Down the Line, where we are not playing Conan. I just want to make that perfectly clear. We are continuing our Megadungeon crawl of the Halls of Arden Vul by Richard Barton, using the old school essential system by Gavin Norman. Once again, going around the horn, I am your referee for the night. My name is John, and with us, as always, we have...
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm the most opposite thing to Conan you will find at this game.
David is not dead to us tonight. Well, it is what it is, I guess.
Goodbye, David. We will miss you.
Yes. Caution shall prevail this session, apparently.
He always seems to disappear right when we're on the verge of death. I don't know why that has.
That's it all up and then says, I'll be back next week. Hi guys, I'm Matt. I play Avaricios, the soon-to-be lungless left hand of Lysion.
Nice, lungless. You've found another L word. Hi, everybody.
There are a couple more.
I'm Ted, and I tonight will be playing the role of Mortis J. Gobliano.
It might have to be Mort's new voice now, I think.
Oh, please.
please make it so.
Oh.
All right. Okay, welcome back, everybody. That was by special request from one of our commenters who really wanted us to do that, which seems like a good idea. So it is catching up with the AV Club. Once again, it is the 9th of Ligarios. It is about 12:20 in the afternoon in the depths of Arden Vul. They are currently at the mouth of a tunnel that is opening out into the Great Chasm, one of the major features of the Halls of Arden Vul. A 70-foot wide chasm that stretches out to the northwest, to the southeast. They are on the eastern side of it. They have just talked, I guess is the word, with Plumthorn Gang across the channel, who have refused to throw them ropes after demanding that the PCs drop their weapons into the chasm and give all their treasure over to them. They refused. So they're going to go about it a different way. What I have right now is that Gornd is the one who is out front and has the lantern. So you're going to have to backtrack with the lantern. Status of the PCs right now, we have Avaricios and Onweir. Onweir doesn't really matter right this time around, but Avaricios, you are concussed and you are suffering from some sort of slow-acting wasting disease. So
Very slow acting, from what I understand.
That's what he hopes.
Very slow acting.
You guys can see that he's starting to get pale with dark circles underneath his eyes. He's been coughing up blood at irregular intervals. As well, he seems to have some sort of new spirit within him, one way or the other, despite this wasting disease. After having messed around in the chamber of Laryl One Eye, he himself seems to have taken on some of the traits of that legendary hero, feeling a little bit mischievous despite his impending doom.
For the time being.
Mostly internal plans. I'm just like, making plots, enjoying them in my head.
Internal plans along with your internal bleeding.
Yeah.
So switching over to Owlbear real quick so everyone can kind of see. Ted has done a great job mapping because of the fact that they are actually currently right here looking out over the chasm. Because they had the conversation with Plumthorn here, that actually allows you guys to fairly actually even up the map, which I have done. I've actually just copy-pasted Ted's map here and aligned it correctly with the old map here. So these distances are now correct. So you have no idea what spans in between here, but you do know that your lantern light shows that the chasm goes in this basic direction, right?
Right.
It also hurts that much more where we can literally see the exit.
That's correct. Yeah.
And John, quick question: when Gornd or whoever else might have been hanging out the very edge of the by the chasm there.
Mm-hmm.
I know we are aware from Yost telling us there's a feature on the wall that we thought might be a portal that isn't open.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see exactly where that feature is? Can
No.
I mark it on the map in some way? We can't see it.
You can't see it. It's beyond your lantern light. You're going on Yost's description.
Okay.
But the ropes that lead to it, or at least according to Yost, are still attached, right? So you have those two parallel ropes, one at your feet, one at shoulder height. With the regular, this is another commenter request. We were mispronouncing pitons. It's not pythons. So
What?
Really? It's pitons?
Yeah, someone got was very adamant. Well, that's a nice term to use.
Now we have
mispronouncing that word. So it's
I never knew it was pitons.
Pitons.
Wait till I mispronounce everything else in this game. That's gonna be
exactly.
I hope we don't get into melee. I hope we don't get into
melee. Yes.
We're gonna hide behind the Port Sullis in the castle.
Yes, I'm gonna wield my double-bladed schmitter.
Schmitter definitely got to get.
Anyways,
we call it scimitar. Actually,
so there's rope that connects connected with pitons all the way along the northwestern route, right?
Okay.
And there's like a sort of a moist breeze sort of rolling over you from the chasm.
John, I thought we discussed the word moist being used in the game. That's like my trigger. I'm not okay with that.
It's moist.
It's a juicy breeze.
Gross.
It's damp. It's very damp. Can we hear like a waterfall or a river or anything in the chasm?
You cannot. No.
Okay. So it's just moist for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I know we've talked about this. I think everybody's in agreement. We're going to try and go up north and then west, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think we all heard that exchange, and it was just like that sinking feeling.
Yeah, like oh crap.
Yeah, so the light is still there across the chasm, but the silhouetted heads of the halflings over their barrier have disappeared. And you're like, all right, whatever.
One of my concerns is, guys, is like if we were to use our fly potion and try and they know this area way better than I do, so way better than we do. So they might just literally be sitting there with sharp knives to cut whatever ropes we take over. However, can I just sidebar, when we get our revenge on the halflings, how awesome would it be in the middle of the night to come down here with a bunch of people with fly potions, drink the fly potions, come across that chasm, and get them while they're sleeping? Because that's their bedroom right over there, right? Like on that side.
Yeah.
So that's a good, as long as we get them. And
one idea I did have, and I just want to throw this guy at you guys. So they are insisting we give them all the money. Fine, we can give them all the money. So what we could consider doing, since there is a bunch of us, is we say, all right, fine, we give up, you win, we'll give you all the money, and we start going over with small amounts of coin in small bags kind of thing, leaving the bulk of the treasure at this end. Hidden, right? Maybe one person left behind to be able to run it across the ropes at some point. And when enough of us get over there, we just fight them.
I don't know, man. We're not exactly in our best shape right now.
Okay.
I have the most hit points of the entire party, and I have 9, I think.
North and West.
You have like the cumulative amount of the rest of the party is about 9.
You're worth 10 of us, Mike. Yeah. So okay, let's just back up into the sarcophagus room, avoid triggering these spears, and let's go north and west.
I agree.
Okay, so you give the orders to back up all the NPCs, and then you, I guess, have to basically maneuver your way backwards. Up there's going to say that's going to take a turn.
Pass that lantern back up to the
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the front.
That's fine, and you all shuffle back out a little bit disheartened by that.
A little
exchange, yeah. Avaricios, you cough again, causing Ibby to jump a little bit and look at you with a little bit of concern.
It is all right, my friend. We will be fine.
I want to get a good look at Avaricios. Does he have that sort of like
mummy rot?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm thinking of like in the movie Return of the Living Dead, when the guys down in You Need a Medical Supply get sprayed with the gas, and they slowly start to get cold and crampy and shivery, and their faces look like hell. And then at some point they die and they become animated zombies. Are we looking at an
order? Is far from. I do not feel stiff. I don't feel great.
No. Can you try turning yourself at some point? Is that?
I can either confirm nor deny the association.
I like running.
Mm-hmm. So
Mort's got his eyes on you, man. You look suspicious to me.
Yeah, Everest was just hunched over, coughing a little bit. You can see a little bit of blood fleck on the ground.
Yep.
And y'all's like, that doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah. He pulls out his. He stretches a little bit, like shows off his muscles, and he like whips out his big old that new battle axe he got out of the Hall of Shrines. Sam, don't forget, has the man weeper, the Ransuer.
Yeah.
And Yost is just a big old badass with his two-handed sword as usual.
Yost. Yeah, we love him.
That's as far as I can take you. That's where we came from. So now it's uncharted territory, I assume.
Our specialty, Yost. Don't worry about it.
I don't think I'd want to take a drink from the fountain again.
No, let's not do that.
I do not recommend this.
He like pounds you on the back. Just get it out.
Get it out.
Not the whole lung. Oh well.
So you have choices. Right, well, there are numerous routes that you have not gone down.
No, we're going up to that left turn there.
The left turn. All right.
Up and left.
Okay, so obviously you know that the removing the sarcophagus is what triggers the traps. So the traps have like reset back into the spears have reset back into their holes.
Right.
So you're able to move across there. Not a problem at all.
Those corpses must be a mess right now. Those two from the previous henchmen.
Yeah.
They've been punctured multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just full of holes, but they're on the ground. Okay. So once again, you have to use your lantern. It's all dark in these corridors. Once again, Arcantian masonry, peeling plaster, frescoes that can't be determined as you're going down these halls. So rounding around the corner there, your light shines down for 30 feet. And you continue, I suppose. You don't see anything down there. Don't hear anything.
Yeah, I think I'd give the lantern back to Goran because I still only have the one hand.
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Goran's got it. Okay, cool. Oh, everyone also, of course, picks up their treasure back in that room as well, right? So you've got all your treasure logged on.
Yes.
Okay, so the quarter continues on. So this entire western quarter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90 feet long.
Does that include the square where you turn?
Yes. Yeah. So the entire western
length. Okay, so there's 90 feet.
Yeah. At that point, you come to a door.
Well, all right then.
And there's no other. You have not detected any other branches or anything like that here.
Okay.
Can you describe the door, John?
Yeah. It seems to be pretty plain. So it's the typical wooden door with iron bands. However, it looks like it's definitely like this door pushes outward, like it goes out away from you, and there's no latch on this side.
Okay.
Anything around the door, signs, thing? Has the hallway been kind of uniform? Same as what we've seen so far all the way up to it?
Yeah. It looks very, very disused, though, like much of this area of the level that you've been through. However, you've been following Dalton's Darling's pathway up to this point. Actually, you know what? Check that. I may be incorrect about that. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
No. Okay. Actually, this is interesting. You would have noticed this on the on this 90-foot passageway. Is it's been relatively dusty except for the parts where you know that there was fighting and Dalton Darling had passed through. You can see here that as you pass by the eastern corridor that you would take you back to the fountain, that there are actually multiple footprints that actually track through this entire length of the corridor, all the way up to the door.
Oh,
multiple footprints.
Can we match any of them up to Yost's feet?
No.
Are they little halfling feet?
Are they big human feet?
There actually are. Yeah, there is. I guess you could say, like, if you want to take a turn to sort of like discern them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
probably
okay.
Wise.
So taking a good look at them, and with Yo's help as well, he can confirm that this does look like the remnants of the Darlings actually went in this direction. And so he's like, look here. I'm not exactly sure, but you can see here that there are 4 booted footprints here. That matches up with what really probably had, minus the henchman that died horribly in those previous rooms.
Right.
But you know what confirms it for me? This one, look here, barefoot and small. That must be Isidore, one of our the halfling that was traveling with us.
Okay.
So
it looks like that they retreated here.
Okay.
Perhaps
And
they
did not come back, right? This is a one-way set of footprints.
Yeah, it only goes the one way. He goes, okay. Look, it looks like they too were betrayed by the halflings who were forced to retreat.
Womp womp.
I do not know what became of them, but it looks like they came to this door and did not come back, so it looks like we can go through the door.
hold on one sec. I'm going to get down and get my ear up against that door and try and listen at the door.
That's a smart move, dwarf. We'll take a turn.
I think I actually have 2 dwarvies. I have a 2 and 6 chance for listening to doors.
Oh,
Should I roll it?
yeah.
You bastard.
Oh, good. So yeah, you don't hear anything beyond the door.
Okay.
Is there any?
And, oh, go ahead.
Any light? Any light coming in from around the edge?
No light. No.
All right, so we're getting to a point where, like, it's not very many feet, assuming that the chasm is roughly, straight in its general proportions. This, on the other side of this door, is very close to the chasm again.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me wonder, as Yost mentioned, there's that, the Death Star bridge portal that we're hoping is there. I wonder if we've missed a secret door somewhere.
Possible. I mean, there's a not so secret one right there.
Yeah. But the Darlings didn't come back, so they're either dead or they got out. So which one do you figure it is?
I like they got out one personally.
Okay, let's do that.
Me too. I really hope that it's the latter.
All right.
Why spend your time in negativity? You never know how long life is going to last.
Can we dim the lantern and dim the lantern so that my dark vision is active? And then I just want to kind of open the door. It pushes in. There's no latch, so it's not locked.
That's a good idea. I like it. Before we do that, we'll put the sacks down and get our weapons ready.
Okay.
And Tresty, by the way, John, I don't know if you remember, but several sessions ago, Tresty has my bow.
Tresty has your bow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have, a short bow?
And my axe.
I had a short, yeah, right. I had a short bow.
Okay.
And a gladius, and now I just have a gladius.
Okay, cool. So you guys are all leaving the treasure behind in the corridor.
I mean,
well, next to me, I think. Like I'm standing there behind Goran. I put my sack down and I get my sword out and I'm ready.
Okay, but the sacks are in the hallway. That's what I need to know, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
If you guys agree, I think it's what we should do. I can't make anybody else do it. Matt?
You always want to say no when he asks.
I know, right?
I don't know why.
I'm
just asking for clarity. That's all.
That's old school gaming at its finest, is to not trust the DM at all when he asks.
I'm just being
no, never mind. I do the other thing.
I'm a fair arbiter. I just need clarification.
It's not you that's not fair, John. It's the situation.
Yes, very true.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. It's the halflings I blame. Okay.
I don't have anything to do anyway, so I'm just going to hang on to my. I'm hanging on to my.
You can hang on to your sack.
Okay, Goran,
you can get your holy symbol out and get ready to turn.
There's nothing over there.
Goran, you carefully open the door with your light dimmed a little bit and kind of peer through. You appear to be at the around the southeastern end of a quite large room. Indeed, Mort's intuition was correct. As you look across approximately about 25 feet directly in front of you, you see the chasm gape out before you, right? But not before you see the rest of the room sort of splay out, and quite large to your right and in front of you as well. So the basic dimensions here is we're talking about that what was originally, however, it no longer is, Ted, but maybe you want to sort of delineate these lines just to work off of this. It was it was originally a square room, 60 by 60 feet.
And we're in the corner?
You are coming in 20 feet up from the southeastern corner on the eastern wall.
Okay, 20 feet up. So,
yep, you got it.
Like so?
That's correct. Yeah. So that looks like you can immediately tell that this is probably what the chamber used to look like. However, if you draw a jagged line from the upper corner of the northwestern corner, and you drag it down so it meets about 15 feet in from the eastern, the southeastern corner, that's where the rift is. Yeah, nice, Ted.
Something like that?
Yep, you got it.
Okay. So
now,
yeah,
that's the basics. Okay. Now there is also another door that is, you look right to your right, Goran. There's another door that is directly along the eastern wall, 20 feet up from where you are now.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I was trying to fill in the missing part of the room, and I got behind you.
So there's a door that's 20 feet up on the eastern wall, so directly to Goran's right from where you are now. Okay.
So, like that?
Right there, yeah. Now,
okay.
It's obscured by something which I'm about to describe, but there is another door that is on the northern wall, 30 feet in from the east. Okay. However, it is mostly obscured by a huge statue of, can you guess?
Probably. Wait, John, which
Billy
one
Crystal.
has the which one has the red glowing exit sign above it? I would like to go to that one, please.
All in good time, Everisios.
Something like that, John?
Not that huge, Ted. It's actually it is in the start over. Sorry. 20 feet in from the east, 20 feet down from the north, and it fills up that square.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
right there.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Now, there is what's really juicy, Avaricio, speaking of which, there is a stone span which crosses the chasm over to the other part of the room that has been shorn away by the chasm. All right. So the chasm rift basically, let's see, the western end of it, Ted, basically starts 40 feet up from the southern wall.
Wait, the western end of the rift, the span, or
right,
the eastern?
The western side of the chasm, not the span, the chasm.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So the western side of it starts basically 40 feet up from the western wall, and then cuts jaggedly down to about 15 feet in from the southern wall. You understand?
Are you saying something? Wrong tool.
You fool.
Something like this?
Yep, you got it, Ted.
Okay.
So that's basically so in between there, that's the chasm, right? It's like,
okay. So is the room intact on the other side?
Yes. And there is a stone span that crosses over about like at a northeasterly direction, about 20 feet up the western side.
Okay.
So something like,
yes,
right there.
Yes, a stone span. There you go. And there is a door that is 20 feet up the western side.
Okay. They're kind of straight across from us.
Mm-hmm. Now, those are the basic dimensions of the room. Lots of interesting
now
stuff.
For the
details, right? So
the horde of orcs waiting for us.
By details, he means the giant stone thing that's going to crush us. Or
reanimated corpses.
So first of all, the stone bridge is about 3.5 feet wide, so it's relatively narrow. There's only a slight arch in the center, Okay. And you can see that though the span itself is quite old, it's not as old as the room itself. All right. So it stands to reason that it was built after the chasm destroyed the room, right? The chamber itself is huge and towering. Like your lantern light will corn as you kind of step in, you kind of like shine your lantern light.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it to you anyways. It shines basically at the it shines all the way up on near the top, about 30 feet tall. It's not lit at all. There are sconces though, empty, on the northern and eastern walls. And the floor is relatively dusty. However, you do see footprints here. Clear of trash. And you see that the northwestern corner, even though this is technically beyond your lantern light, but you can see that the northwestern corner is a tangle of webbing all around it. The images on the walls are all like, there's Thothian imagery, but a lot of it is very like hermetic and sort of arcane, like weird depictions of like strange Gnostic principles, magical knowledge, like Onweir would probably be able to tell you this. Tresty does, for instance, right? What's interesting is that most of the depictions that you've seen on frescoes, it's sort of Thoth interacting with humans, right, in some sort of shape, like usually priests of some sort, right? Human forms here are basically absent, but there are moons showing in all of their different phases. Lots of baboons, lots of ibises, lots of pentagrams, lots of circles, and they're all like all over the walls, like all this like weird hermetic arcane stuff, right? Now, interesting is that the door that you came through, Gornd, on the other side of it, right? So the way that you would face the door if you were in this room itself, is decorated with a symbol, as are the other two rooms on this side, or the other two doors on this side. So let me just check which one you're at here. No, I'm wrong, actually. Your doors are plain. However, directly to your left, Gornd, right? Mm-hmm. So southerly, on the wall itself, there appears to be a symbol, and that symbol is a single blue eye. Directly to the north of the other door on the eastern wall, there is another symbol on the wall. And that one is depicting a baboon clubbing a crocodile. And you've seen this before. And you nailed it as Thoth defeating Set, right? Mm-hmm. And then directly to the west of the northern door, there is another symbol. And this one is a crescent moon shining down upon an ibis.
To the west of the northern door.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see that there is in the northeast.
Over my ibis. It sounds like a Denny's thing.
In the northeastern corner, you can see the huddled form of a corpse.
I'm sorry, where in the room again?
In the northeastern corner, so directly to your right, all the way at the other end of the room, in the shadow of that statue. The statue now is massive, 15 feet tall, so it only goes halfway up the actual height of the chamber itself. It is the depiction of Thoth, but this time he has a baboon head. This is the first time that you've seen a statue of Thoth with a baboon head. This represents Eani, his form as Eani, who sits on the scales with which a soul is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. It's carved out of solid basalt. He is squatting with his knees drawn up to his chest. His arms are bowed. And his paws/hands are resting on his knees, right? So it's like his knees are brought up to his chin, and his arms are sort of like just resting carefully on his knees. Okay, you can, because you've looked at these statues before, you can see that this statue, like some of the other ones that you've seen, that were also 15 feet high. You can see seams at the elbows and shoulders and wrists.
Okay, now. You said he was crouching?
Yeah. Like squatting specifically.
If it stood up, how tall would it be?
Likely 30 feet tall.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Okay, so
one
web
quick-
is in the corner, corpse in another corner.
Mm-hmm.
Some specific imagery on the walls.
Can
Nothing around the door on the other side.
That you can't really see because it's kind of across your.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I do a dark vision thing real quick? So I'm not bringing the lantern into the room.
Mhm.
I want to see if there's any heat sources in the webbing in the corner. If there's any heat sources, is the door across from us open or closed?
Oh, you can't.
You can't really see. Like I kind of gave you a little bit too much already, but you can't really.
Gotcha.
See. Yeah.
All right. Is the corpse radiating cold?
It's radiating cold.
Like colder than the room?
No, it's like just not
Okay.
radiating. I should say. Yeah.
Big difference between magical death and you know.
I get you.
All
Yeah.
right. Are there any heat sources in the webs?
You don't see any? No.
Okay, go ahead.
On where is that statue facing? Is he facing the bridge? Is he facing south? Is he facing west? Where's he looking?
He is facing. He is facing west.
Okay, so we're kind of coming in at his side.
Yeah. Now it's really quiet, right? And Gordon hasn't stepped into the room, right? And you're looking around, Gordon, and you're really quiet, and you can hear very, very slightly. You just hear like a clicking, clacking sound.
Look directly above yourself, Goran.
Yeah, I'm gonna look right up above me.
Don't see anything, just darkness.
What do you guys think about preparing an arrow wrapped in a rag, covered in oil, setting that bitch on fire and shooting it into the webs?
I think it can't make our situation any worse.
Unless if there are a million spiders there and they all come out, that would be worse.
Well, but then we would know not to go in there.
Yeah.
As opposed to when we're on the bridge and they decide to come out, right?
Can you see the footsteps in the dust anywhere?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes,
John,
so you
with
do
the
see-
lantern.
Yeah, so looking with a lantern, you can see that the footprints do indeed. It looks like there's a heavy layer of dust relatively in parts that where walking has not occurred. However, it doesn't look like Dalton's Darlings actually went straight from the door and right over the span of the bridge. It looks like they milled around, went over to the statue, like there's footprints all around the statue, right? And then there's a bunch of footprints that are like over in the northeastern corner where that corpse is. And then there's also footprints that actually lead in one direction over the span.
Okay, so they went to go investigate. They got jumped. Somebody died, and then they ran over the bridge. What do you think?
I think,
Plausible.
I think they,
Does Yost
I think they
recognize?
fucked around and found out.
Yeah, but Yost doesn't recognize the corpse. I assume, like he doesn't.
You haven't gone in the room.
Yeah. I remember those pants.
Yeah, let's do the flaming arrow trick first, guys. Can
No
we
one
do
has
that?
entered the room. Goran, you're
No.
seeing all
Right.
this from your lantern, so no one has a clue about anything except Goran.
All right,
And
I
who
shut
has-
the
who
door
has-
very quietly behind me. I give everyone kind of lay of the land. There's a corpse in there to the north. I'm willing to bet that it's one of Dalton's Darlings. I'm not sure yet.
Right.
There's also a bunch of spider webs in one corner. They look pretty funky, maybe like spiders of unusual size. A little sus.
Ah,
All
Nice.
right,
Quick question.
thanks.
John, the chasm on our map here, of course, I have it running into that western wall, but it really goes beyond that western wall, right?
Yeah. So like those parts that the gap encloses there, those could be erased because like the chasm just continues on,
Right.
right.
Right. So if there were spiders in the webs that were over the edge or around the corner of that chasm, Mike wouldn't see them with heat vision.
That's correct.
Right.
But I definitely hear a clickety clack of chitinous
Does. Yeah.
bodies.
Hear that clickety clack.
here's one thing I would just like to do before. I think the plan is really good. I like it. We should plan that may draw more of them. I mean, it may like address who's ever like right there, but I think we should be ready to run and go across. Right? I mean, we don't know if what lies for us, what surprises lie for us across this bridge. Chances are, if there are more than one spider, this fire can't handle them. It might draw more and close it off. We should just be ready to go and go quickly. I wish we could have somebody who's really good at sneaking to go across and see if we can even get out across that door. Because if we might want to do that and do that fast if things start coming.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Just want to try it and see who shows. Because if
I
we
guess
start
my-
that fire, if we start that fire and nobody comes, it seems like we should run across, right?
I guess my thinking is, and hopefully this isn't too metagamey, is that natural creatures like spiders usually hate fire, and so especially being on fire. And so my hope would be that, say there are some in there, if their web catches on fire, like most spiders would run away from that, right? Especially we're not giving them an easy target. I wasn't talking about going out on the middle of the bridge and be like, fuck yeah, and shooting. I was thinking about like shooting it from the door and then shutting the door behind us.
So the door pushes into the room. We don't really have a good way to secure it. We can close it, but we don't have a way to latch it or prevent it. Like if a mass of hungry spiders with revenge on their mind, you burnt my web down. I had my whole retirement savings in that. They're going to come after us. They,
I just really don't like the idea of being halfway across that bridge and suddenly having them be like, hey, look, snacks.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because
there's one body in the room. We have no idea how many bodies are up in the web. For all we know, the rest of Dalton's darlings are up there, except for the one guy who made the footprints and got away. You know what I'm saying? So,
well,
I don't know.
Let's see. Okay, what are our assets? Let's list our assets. I
have a Holocaust cloak.
Okay, good thinking. I have a back. No, we've got a barbarian Yost type. We've got Niall with his axes. We've got Sam with lots of armor and magic ranseur. We have our wizard died.
You have Tresty, but she
we have Tresty, but she has no spells.
There's no spells.
What's happening?
Oh wait, no. Axamander was a priest, wasn't he? He wasn't a wizard.
He was a priest.
He was also a cleric, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have a wizard with no spells. That's the NPCs, right?
Did you count y'all?
I did. Yeah. So we don't have a thief. We don't have a sneaky person. Trusty presumably can shoot arrows because she's an elf.
Don't forget you've got a bunch of magic stuff, right? That you may or may not be aware.
Yeah.
You've got your potion of flying, right? You have your strange pouch, Larrel's pouch.
Yeah, I have the pouch, which
produced
a sandwich. And actually, thank you for reminding me, John. I did want to check in there and see if, for example, the pouch would produce for me a grappling hook and a rope.
When you pull out, when you're thinking of a grappling hook, the hook itself comes out.
Sweet. Okay, I will.
One thing. It's like one thing.
One thing. Yep, that's fine.
You should see if you can get a flask of oil.
I'm gonna tie that grappling hook to my existing rope.
Okay.
And I don't know if the one thing means I have to get rid of this grappling hook before I can get another thing out of the pouch. So let's reach in and see if I can pull out, I don't know, spider spray or something. No. Now can I pull out some rope? Is there any rope in there?
Yeah, you can actually pull out a length of rope.
Nice. Okay.
Sweet, man. That's G money.
Yeah, sweet. Here, somebody have some rope. I'm kind of full up on stuff right now.
Does it have any lungs, extra lungs?
We have.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're in there, but I squished them when I grabbed them. That was the sandwich, maybe. Okay, so we've got. I mean, I like Matt's idea of somebody sneaking across the span and checking out the door and kind of seeing what's going on, but we don't really have anyone who's. Oh, not it. Is that Michael? Well, I mean, if we're not to metagame, as you said, Mike, but like Goran has to make it back. Because Goran and Avaricious are the only two that are still part of our hand contract, and I don't think Av's chances are great. So we got to get.
I'm standing right over here.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay, new plan.
You can pull out the grappling hook. However, the rope does not come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's one thing at a time.
Yeah. Oh, you No, you did one thing at a time. You thought about the grappling hook, and you're like, maybe I can get the rope too. When you think about the rope and you reach in, your hand just grasps empty air inside the.
Yeah, it's one thing at a time. Like I have a grappling hook. Until I get rid of that, I don't.
Or there's a time limit, or
yeah,
it's just not hilarious, so the pouch doesn't want to give it to you.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, we actually have to. While you're debating this, we just have to take a real quick break.
Okay,
we will
good idea.
Right back. Okie dokie. We have voided our bladders, and we are back. So what's the plan?
So I had one more asset that we haven't talked about. David, bless him wherever he is. He also Anwir had a wand of light, and I don't want to go raiding someone's body, but maybe he would make that available to us.
You know what? That is actually a question I'm going to have to look up. I'm sure people are screaming at the screen right now. I'm not sure if non-arcane users can use wands. Does anyone know off the top of their head?
I believe they cannot, except.
I mean, can you have a wand of cure light wounds? If you can, then a cleric would have to use that, right?
Well, wands are different though in these older editions, right? Where they aren't just like charged versions of spells necessarily. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought that's exactly what they were. Sorry.
In the newer editions, they are.
Wands can only be used by arcane spellcasters.
There it is. I'm looking at it right now.
Balls.
Yeah. So,
and they have 2d10 charges.
Tresty, however, I will allow you to use it though. If you want Tresty to use it, she can use it.
All right.
So
that might be good to have on hand just in case.
Yeah. More to the point is whether you have any sort of house rule that says because Anwir is sort of, not here.
No, it's okay. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he would probably want us to live also.
Yes.
I kind of feel like as long as like the equipment is still available because the person is technically there, they just can't make decisions and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they sort of have a cloud around them that they can't get targeted.
Yeah, so in the tank, I have one more healing spell. My brain is a little messed up. It might not work. And aside from that, I can whack something with my crowbar. That's about what I got.
So the question before us then is whether we want to preventively attack the web and possibly upset a bunch of spiders, but also possibly illuminate definite dangers versus a sneak option. Is that what we're thinking?
Right. Why don't we do this? Okay, we're going to set it on fire. I like this. When that's going on, if something comes out, then we're fighting it. If it's just one, if it looks like something we could handle, what the hell? I'm not good enough. I will go across the bridge. I will try the door and see if it's a way out. If it's not the way out, I'll run back across. If you guys are fighting, it doesn't look like there's a swarm of them, then I'll go.
So you're proposing that we fire the fire arrow, ignite the webs, and if nothing comes out, you'll go check the door. If something comes out and we can fight it, we fight it while you go check the door.
Right, that would distract.
If something comes out and we can't find it, we all run the other direction.
Yeah, all right.
That sounds like
we also don't even know that the flame arrow thing is going to work. Right?
No, best to plan it in advance so we have a clear idea of what we're doing. Fine.
Okay.
There's only one more thing in preparation I would like to do. If maybe tie a rope around my waist.
I love that.
And then
with the grappling hook.
With the grappling hook. Hook him onto the door frame kind of thing or something?
Yeah, because that's a 3.5 foot narrow span, which, I mean, that's actually pretty wide for a sidewalk kind of thing, but not if you're over a chasm of death.
Yeah, so vertigo's a thing.
All right. So we'll tie a rope around his waist with the grappling hook at the end and hook that onto like the door frame. So if he falls, he doesn't fall. Is that what you're thinking, Matt?
Or at least get somebody to handle it, because I don't know if there's enough rope for me to make it all the way across.
I would say I would give you the benefit of the doubt to say that you could just get across, but that would be the very end of the rope.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to hand it to anybody because we need hands with swords in them. But I believe more than one of us has rope.
Oh, yeah, I have rope.
I have 50 feet. You got 50 feet. We can pull together enough rope. So fine. We'll rope up the priest. Tie him to the wall.
Okay.
Oil up an arrow.
Yep.
and Tresty shoots it into the webs.
Okay, that's going to take a turn to do all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Have to do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got your crowbar in your hand there, Av, right?
It is now 1 p.m.
Okay.
You have 6 turns left, so 1 hour left on your Lantern Gorn.
But I've got one more. I got another oil flask in my pack, so
okay. Tresty has a bow and arrow that is about to be lit. Sam and Njal and Yost all have their 2-handed weapons in their hands. Okay, all the treasure is back in the corridor.
Right.
The what do you guys all have in your 2 hands?
Shield, lantern.
Okay. Mort?
Why don't you want the shield and a weapon, Garant? Because I
would love that, but no one seems to have a hand for me.
I've put my gold down, so I have a sword and an empty hand. So give me the lantern, and I have a sword and a lantern, and then you can sword and board it.
And just hold that lantern to make sure I can see when I run across the thing.
Yeah. Andreas, what do you have in your hand?
Thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement.
I'm enunciating for the audience.
I have a crowbar.
A crowbar.
The crowbar of Lysios.
Who knew?
I set my sack down in the hallway, and I pull down the.
You actually have a crowbar in your inventory?
I of course I do.
Nice. I don't know why you would make that up, but okay. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to roll with a plan. So, Andreas, so you file into the room. Everyone files into the room, basically, right? Mort holds the lantern up as much as he can. You get the full, you get the full, sight of the whole thing, right? So you can see now. No, I don't think you can quite see that door on the other side. Actually, in the details, I'm going to say, all right. But basically, you illuminate the entire statue now in all of its glory, right? You can clearly see that there are seams in that stonework. Once again, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. It is facing westwards, and Tresty kind of plants herself in the middle of the room, just to the southwest of that statue, and someone lights oil, or lights it on fire. It burns.
Yeah, we should just light a torch, I guess, too, right?
Yep. So they're basically standing in front of Tresty, allowing a pathway for her arrow. Obviously, the rest of the NPCs sort of guard, and they've all got they're ready to go, looking at the webs, right? And whoosh, there it goes, whoosh, and the web goes up basically burns away really quickly. You can hear the click clacking that you heard sort of around suddenly comes from over the lip of the chasm to the west of those webs. You can hear screeching, some sort of arachnid screeching, and you see claws as the webs quickly burn away. You see 2 long, spindly, multi-jointed claws come over the top and then heave. A bulk of a massive thorax comes over the top, and then another one, and 2 massive spiders come over the top, dripping jaws full of venom, right? And you can see that their bodies actually look like they're the exact same color of the wall and the chasm itself. And as they kind of come into the light of the flame that's burning away the web, that there's a shimmer of that sort of color goes across their thorax. It's they're chameleon almost, right? They adapt to the colors that are around them. But what was really cool is they would have surprised the fuck out of you guys, but the fire basically you flushed them, right?
All right. So
but they're pissed.
Go across the bridge, Av.
Wait, we're going or are we running?
Wait.
They're big. They're big. They're like your size. You know what I mean? They're big.
All right. So when you say big spider to me, this is a big spider.
Not Shelob sized, but like man-sized spider, big spiders. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Horrible, awful things. You know what I mean?
So they look camouflaged, not like they're actually made out of rock.
No.
What do you think, guys? You want to try and take them?
They're like those octopi that blend into the
we
coral.
have yours, and we have y'all with the mighty axe.
Yeah. So, you were aware. You were aware of the danger. You were not surprised. You flushed them out. They were always aware of you, so there is no surprise. So, I think we have to roll for initiative here.
Oh yeah,
If
we
it's-
are going to fight.
Seems like a prime time. Give me 1 second before you roll. Got to get all this set up with the good old overlay here. Let me roll first. Here we go.
I think Mike should roll initiative because it was his plan.
Oh, that is something that we're going to have to do for this new dice roller. Is that you need to declare who's rolling, and then give me a second just to switch over to that real quick. Okay.
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 So I'm rolling
I
first.
will roll for
Mike's got to
initiative.
do it.
I got a 2. And who's rolling first? Gordon?
Me.
Mike,
Go ahead.
do it.
Mike, banana fan of full fake. Yeah.
Aye.
Baby.
You won. Okay, so this
This
is what
might
they're.
be the third time we've ever beat John in initiative. Maybe.
I am quite good
Maybe.
at that. There's. So this is what they plan on doing. They're going to crawl up, right? Really pissed off, and they're going to look for the very first person that they see. Everyone is basically in the middle of the room. I assume Avaricios has set himself up right at the edge of the bridge, right? So that he can make a run for it.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to get a head start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that it is randomly going to be one of the 3 protector NPCs. So they're both going to go randomly for either Njal, Sam, or Yost. And you guys, I'm assuming that you guys are sort of like right behind Tresty.
Pretty much, yeah. We're all sort of gathered together there.
Yeah.
So
that's what they plan to do.
if we win the initiative, which we did, and for our action, we said we all run away, we could successfully get through that door and close it, pretty much, right?
Yes. And you guys can direct the NPC's actions as well. If you don't direct them, I'm just going to do what I feel they would normally do. But then you can't complain if they end up making a stupid decision.
Right.
What if our action was to everyone run across the bridge and go through that door? Would we all be able to do that on our initiative as well?
Your movement rates are what, 30 right now?
I think
we're leaving all of our treasure.
So what does that put you at, 90 or 120?
Spiders.
Like 120.
You can kill the spiders.
I think we're all at 90.
Spiders.
Two of us might be at 120, but not all of us are at 120. I'm at 90 because I took some extra stuff in the back at
well, now that we're in combat, it actually does matter individually, right?
30.
So
I'm at 30.
Okay, and I don't think we should be behind our treasure.
You could all. I'm gonna roll it this way. You guys want initiative. Every single person in your party could get across the bridge right now, but not through the door. You would be able to make it across the bridge.
Okay. Are the spiders big enough that every single person in our party could attack one spider?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're pretty big.
Okay.
You could surround them. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let's see if we can kill one in the first round, and then if we can, then hopefully it doesn't get 8 attacks around or something like that.
You caught the dripping venom description, right?
Yep, we got that, John.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just making sure. Okay.
Oh, I don't know, guys. I mean, here's the thing about it, right? Like, if we run away, it's yet another avenue across the cavern that we can't use, right?
Yeah.
Like,
let's get them. I mean,
a way to get rid of them.
Get in there. You want to get in there? That's cool. You got numbers. You got a lot of people, man. They're not.
I think a lot of people.
And
Sam's got that magic man weeper.
Yeah, and they're not henchmen, right? These are adventurers. They're just like you.
Yeah. All right, everybody get the right one, and we all
focus fire on that Star Destroyer.
Yeah,
exactly. As soon as everybody goes, like when I see that they're fighting, I'll go last and run across.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys want me to roll for the NPCs first?
They're in front, so you might as well.
Okay. All right. So they're like, get them, and then they roar forward, sweeping with their long blades and pole arms. Yost with his 2-headed sword. Die spider. No, swings wild.
God damn it.
Curse you, creature. Curse you, creature. Sam's like, all right, I guess we got to take care of this. And she jabs forward with the man weeper. The man weeper's no good.
Oh.
Lastly, y'all.
No.
It's been a long time. I've been looking forward to some old violence. There's something.
Pretend it's a hand, John.
Not those goddamn baboons. This is more my liking. Swings with his.
Pretend it's a.
Pretend it's
a hand, y'all.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
I love that.
Okay, so he is a fighter type, so he's gonna roll this bad boy. Yeah, but he gets a little extra going on there. So
he's also got a magic axe, we think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he bites deep, and you see like even though it was a wide swing and the spider was pulling away, it actually bites deeper than you thought, and blood, greenish pussy blood comes pouring out of the thing, and it shrieks and it kind of rears back on its like back four legs with like all four of its spindles like raking at y'all, but still alive. Let me just check hit points here real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. All right. That was all of the NPCs. Your turn.
All right, I'll roll. I'm gonna try and.
I should telegraph ACs, right? I did say I was going to do that. They have an AC of 12. Wait, I missed it. What was it at?
Oh, should I re-roll?
No, you're good.
I think you should probably re-roll. I mean, it's no good if you didn't see it, John.
No good.
All right, and my second attack, John.
Second attack.
Right?
We totally forgot what edition we're playing here.
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? As Gorn swings low. Gorn does like the Akira slide.
Trusty shoots an arrow. Trusty shoots an arrow.
Oh, right. That's true. I guess she could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mort gave her.
You got my bow.
She and she hits.
Stuff.
Well done, Tresty. Tresty is, however, a wizard, so she doesn't get that much damage. But hey, maybe it's enough.
An elf? I thought she was an elf.
Oh, she's an elf. You're right. No, she's a half elf. So she basically.
Oh,
yeah.
She's a half elf, but she's
yeah.
Still pretty good.
But she does 4 points.
She does 4 points. So, yeah, so the thing is rearing back from Nyal's blow, and she punctures an arrow like right in the base of like its four of its 8 eyes, and it rears back once again, and it's like going wild right now on its last legs. It may actually have to roll for morale because it's really badly hurt next round. However, it's still barely up.
All right. Well, the well-armored and strong goblin will leap into the fray. And let's see, I get a +2 modifier for strength.
Dude, what's it like to have a positive strength modifier?
I've never actually swung a sword or anything before, so let's find out.
He's the tiniest, but he's also the strongest. Let me get the scores up on the screen there. Ooh, hello. 16 strength.
Well, I rolled a 7, which even with a +2 is not enough to pierce the hide of the mighty spider.
It is not. So more.
What a shame.
And
so for my second attack,
yeah, Avaricios, are you going across the chasm?
I am. I am brave now, and I guess I can't. Like, I can't look at the bridge as I'm going to see if there are any, I don't know, tripwires or stones. I just got to go.
Unfortunately, not yet. It's just too harried of a scene.
That's all right. I bolt across that bridge to go check out the door.
Well, luckily there are no traps there. It is like you know, a little bit of like wobbly, like, oh shit, and you but you just don't look, and you just go, and you race across to the other side. On the other side, you can see that this looks like a normal door with a latch, wooden with iron bands. There's no markings or anything like that. There is also significantly, unlike the other 3 doors in the room, there is not an adjoining symbol next to the door. Okay. Now, what's interesting, though, is, I'm going to just do it real brief because we're in the middle of combat, though, but it is a significant aspect of the room, is that directly to the south on the southern wall, so directly to your left, you can see that there is a section of the wall that is not the normal Arcantian masonry, stone and plaster. It's actually bricked up, like clearly, like a very clear brick.
To the left of the door?
Yeah, so along the southern, like a 10-foot section on the southern wall down there.
Kind of like here?
From floor to ceiling, correct, yeah. From floor to ceiling, that entire thing is like carefully laid bricks, okay?
Oh, so somebody like added that later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just to let you know, that's kind of what you see.
It's probably the halflings.
That was the end of round 1.
Exactly what I'm worried about, Ted.
John, am I able to tell, or would this be another action to see if that door handle is locked or not? I don't want to open it yet, but does it seem locked?
Could you get there? Yeah, you want to try it like without perusing or anything? Just try it.
Yeah, I just want to see if it seems locked.
It is open.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can tell you can definitely escape out of there if you wish. That is the end
I
of the
don't know
round.
what's on the other side. Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
roll
what's
for
on the other
initiative.
side, but there is a
John, I hate to say
not
this, and I'm gonna hate myself, but your spiders have not attacked.
Oh yeah, you want initiative. Yeah, Jesus Christ, you're right. Sorry.
I hate myself. I hate myself for saying that.
Thank you
I
for being
really
honest.
do.
Thank you for being
You
honest.
did the right thing, Mike. I was about to say literally the same words. I
Yeah,
can't
I
believe
know.
I'm saying this, John. But
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
I
We so rarely do combat. It's like all new to me.
I know.
what are these dice for? I don't know.
Okay, so there are 3 viable targets. The one that, actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for the single. These are sort of like mindless arachnids, sort of. So I'm gonna roll for the single arachnid to see if that one that's really, really hurt, that's on last legs, is gonna make it. So let's roll this. We got a little bit of that action. It is going to stay despite. Okay,
You
so
bastard.
that one, I think that everyone's focused on them, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys are going to be 1 to 3, and then the NPCs will be 4 to 6.
Okay.
Here we go. 1 that's going to be Gorned.
I have that new magic shield. My AC is 18 currently, unless that shield does something additional.
Right. You have the shield.
This is the magic shield that I took off the body in the Hall of Heroes.
Mm-hmm. So, what is your normal AC?
18.
Just as if that shield was normal.
18.
18. Okay.
Nice. I wish I had a shield, or a helmet, or a shield and a helmet, or a plasma rifle in the 40 terawatt range.
We almost had plasma rifles.
We almost had the
So
plasma rifle.
the thing's rearing up. It got shot by Tresty, and then it comes down with like all 4 of its legs like directly right on top of you, and you just put your shield up like right behind it, and you just take the entire weight of it over top of you, and you shove it off bodily.
That is good dwarf action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Way to be short and stocky.
That's a big die roll he just made.
The other one comes plowing in from the side and is going to attack. 3 is going to be. Oh, Avarice is not a target. That would be Mike, then Ted, and then it would be the first NPC, which I said was Njal, right? No, Yost. Yost was the first one that attacked, right?
Not Yost.
Yes, Yost. And Yost is not well armored.
Beautiful Yost.
Yes.
Can I throw myself in front of him?
No, unfortunately not.
But
Yost is quite dexterous when he wants to be.
Yeah. It's like a nimble dancer.
Today is not my day, Spider. And now I'm looking at you. He like faces off against him. Okay, now we can roll initiative.
Dude?
Here I go first.
Right. Who's going? Who's rolling?
I rolled a 3. Who was rolling?
I think it's you, Ted.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Ted, go for it.
You got to clean out your die tray.
Yep. Okay. D6. I roll 6.
Oh, you guys are killing it. Nice.
Yost will destroy you.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Combat.
The fresh one is basically like facing off against Yost. It's like Yost just like with his sword, he's like crouched down low, all Conan like, right? And it's just like coming at him. So that one is definitely going to attack Yost. The other one, what did it try to attack Gornd?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so it's going to rear back up again, reassess, and going to I think it's going to choose that Gornd is a little bit too hard and not tasty, right? Like it's like, okay, that guy didn't fall easily, so it's basically going to determine randomly, but Gornd will not be part of the randomness.
All right,
so that's combat
between Mort, Njal, Yost, Tresty, and
David.
Tresty's not in it either. Tresty's hanging back. She's not a target.
So Yort. Oh, it's Sam. So there's 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5. Okay.
Let's just kill it before that happens.
Well, I think that's a good plan.
Your turn.
So,
you want NPCs first, or you guys want to go take the glory?
Can we go first? Let's have us go first.
All right. Go into your magic.
I'm gonna go first.
You attacking the one
that's injured. Okay. Yeah, the one that's injured.
Oh. Okay. What are you wielding?
I am wielding a short sword.
Short sword. Okay, so it's just a normal hit. Nothing happens on a crit with a short sword, but that's an automatic hit.
6. Suck it, spider.
6 total. This is just a normal short sword, right? Nothing crazy about this guy.
Just a normal short sword.
Okay.
Unless you want to
There's
give me
some
a
crazy stuff on it. Yeah.
No, I
think
just
we probably have
remember you just got to be clear about like what items you're using because I can't keep track of all the gear that.
No, I'm sorry. The only magical cool shit I have are the boots and the shield.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So
you are saying, Mike, that you just have a normal short sword. A normal short sword.
I want to go back in time. I'm not going to retro thing, but it's something that occurred to Gorn when that spider landed on top of his shield, right? You were positive that that shield did just barely enough to protect you, and you could have sworn that you saw those legs coming down, like way ahead of time. Like you read that whole thing, like that attack, like real easily, But for some reason, like you didn't quite have all your defenses in order as much as you normally would, right? Like you come out of that, you're like, whew, that was like a real close one. When you were like, I got this. You know what I mean? Got it?
So the shield is cursed.
You don't know. You just know that in general, based upon the flavor that I was giving, that your defenses were not quite up to what you would assume they would normally be. So take that for what it's worth. However,
Arden Vul, dude.
But on the upside, Gorn, your short sword finds purchase in a very Sam Gamgee fashion as you open up its thorax and it pours out over you as you are spattered with green goo everywhere. But you end that spider as it dies silently at your feet, and all of its legs like curl up into like a tight little ball.
Was that the hurt one, John?
Yeah, that was the hurt one.
The injured one? Okay.
Who's next?
That means
you got a fresh one. A fresh one that's facing off against Yost.
I'll dodge under the curled legs of the fallen spider and make a stab at the uninjured spider.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I rolled an 8, so that's a 10.
10 total is not going to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm just a little goblin,
Yeah, he's got eyes only for Yost, but he sidesteps your pitiful attempt.
Oh.
Okay. So, Everisios, do you want to do anything?
I do want to do anything. You know what? I think that there's enough noise in here that somebody already kind of knows what's going on. I can't imagine like listening with all this noise would tell me anything. I'm just gonna like crack open the door and peek in there and see if I see anything.
Really?
On the side ready. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I don't like the sound of that at all. But then when have I ever liked the sound of anything John said? Except for your voice, John. We love your voice.
Thanks. Okay, so you open up the door, Everisios, and you can see that there is a corridor that goes westward directly for 20 feet. I'm going to say you're not carrying the lantern though, are you?
No, but there's lantern or the lantern light from behind me.
Yes, correct.
Oh
yeah,
so I wouldn't go that
I'm
far.
going to say that, and even this is like a little bit of a stretch, but you can see that, yes, the corridor goes 20 feet before it hits the wall, but then it immediately turns to the north, but then it's like complete darkness.
All right.
You know what? You don't smell anything weird. The corridor is relatively dusty. However, you do see that there are multiple footprints that are leading in one direction in that direction.
All right.
Did I draw that right, John?
You did.
Okay.
So I'll keep the door kind of cracked open, and I'll call out, "We've got the way out."
Cool. You guys all hear that clearly as the one spider dies, and there's only the one that's shrieking up against Yost. And Yost,
bring it, Yost.
Brings it. Let's see what he does.
Yost, do it.
Bring in the pain, yeah.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness, yes. All right. Clear.
He's like a one-man Ragnarok.
Roll.
It
looks like a cocked eye to me. But
dude, that's like the same die roll that he did last time.
That's not good. It's like I got to limber up a little bit. That's okay. I'm just biding my time.
He spent some time in prison. It's all right.
Even despite that, it's like a pretty massively thewed blow. It's like he heaves into it, and like one arm just goes like spitting like blood as it whips off into the chasm below, and it's like.
All right.
He's like the mama bird. He's going to wound it for us so that we can. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can't get all the glory, she says as she runs in from the side with her rancers.
And Reaper.
Here we go.
On Sam.
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 That one.
It's a magic man weeper.
It is. That's actually like right at that range where I'm going to have to look up her stats.
Yeah. I bet she's got some muscles.
Yeah, she's beefy.
I just want to point out, man, that of all the magical items that we found in this dungeon, 2 have been fucking cursed. And I'm like bitter. I'm just super bitter right now.
Don't forget, too, that all of your NPCs are hurt in one way, shape, or form. Yos is in the best shape.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was just enough. She just hit AC 12, and it was thanks not only to Sam's resilience and training as a fighter, but also the extra accuracy given to her by the Man Weaver. This time, it's the spider that weeps.
Poetic justice.
As she's gonna roll this bad boy as well. Oh! The spider did not see it coming, as it's completely consumed by its hatred of Yost. So she comes in from the side and just like rams the full length of that blade at the tip of that pole, like straight into like the joint in between its head and its is it thorax? Thorax.
I
right?
can never remember if the thorax is the middle or not.
Thorax is the middle.
Thorax
Abdomen
is
is the
middle.
back. Abdomen is the back. Yeah. And it just like coughs like once and like just puts out a puddle of venom and then just dies on the ground.
Sweet.
Nicely done, guys.
Right on.
I'm going to.
It's good to have NPCs.
David.
What, Mike?
Make suggestion. David not here,
Whoa.
and he's very sad that he's missing this. He would want to try and collect some of that spider venom.
Okay.
Does anyone think differently of that?
I don't think
Maybe for him.
If it's going to take a turn, I was like, guys, really, if we could hurry up.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Really good.
Let me look in the pouch and see if there's a glass vial for collecting venom in.
Vial.
Yeah, so you're like, the glass vial would be nice, and you reach in, and lo and behold, a vial appears.
All right, I'll stick that under a fang and fill it up with some venom and cork it.
Okay, now that is not like a risk-free endeavor.
Oh, I give it to Goran.
So I would say, like, for collecting dangerous animal parts, that sort of thing, like, I would say that there's a as long as you explain it right, I think there's only a 1 in 6 chance to do it to poison yourself.
All right. Okay.
Never mind.
Gestures at the open door with his one hand.
Never mind.
Well, no.
All right.
Let me say this. Let me say this because I should make a ruling about this because it is cool to harvest animal parts. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
And you're right. David would totally want to do that.
Yeah.
If you can explain like the very specific method that you use, and it seems to me, if I judge it to be like a safe way to do it, then there's no chance, right? But if you just say like I harvest the venom, then there's a 1 in 6 chance.
Right.
All right. Are you going to do it, Goran?
Yeah, I guess I will.
Okay.
So John, I'm going to take out. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm going to take a pair of extra underwear or something out of my bag, right? Something I can wrap around my hand, and using the pommel. Well, you know what I'll do is the cross guard of my sword, right? So reverse it, and I'll use that to kind of jiggle the fang and see if I can get some venom to come out. And then the cloth is wrapped around my other hand that's holding the vial.
Okay. I dig that.
All
I love
right,
it.
right.
That's great.
No exposed skin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll say that because you're inexperienced at doing this, that it basically like doesn't fill up the vial, but you have like 1 dose of poison that you can coat a weapon with.
Perfect.
Cool.
That's you, David. All right.
This is so we don't have to waste time on this. Let me be clear. This is a paralyzing poison. So if you coat it on a blade, I'll say it lasts for an hour, so 6 turns after applying.
And that would be for one normal sized person. So if you could get 2 halflings with that.
Just trying to maximize the potential there. Yeah, so it lasts for 6 turns once coated, and then if you have a successful hit, the victim has to make a save versus poison or be paralyzed.
Okay. Got it.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
So the combat took a turn.
Right. So let's go back in the hall and get all our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just make one other suggestion? I'm sorry, I don't want to bog us down. They came up over from below. while I'm harvesting poison, Yosh needs to go identify the body and see if it's one of the darlings.
Okay.
B, someone needs to look over the edge of the thing and see if there's another web down there that might have like a treasure chest or other bodies or something like that in there.
Let me unhook the grappling hook and rope from Av, and I'll go do that. Good idea.
Mort.
So yeah, before I go leaning over the edge to look, I'm going to hook the grappling hook onto some stone or a door frame or something, and I'll go lean over the edge and hold the lantern out and see if I can see anything over there.
Yes. So
I will quietly weep at the door.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Just gotta check.
10 minutes more of your life stolen.
That's just.
All right.
I may go as high as 5 someday, but I really don't know what that would do to you.
Oh, nice. Is that our second Princess Bride reference of the evening? I think it is.
That's my second one.
Yeah, well.
Interestingly enough, Mort, looks like Gorn has a brain in that hard case of his.
Oh,
because
sweet.
You peer over the edge of the chasm and you do indeed see that some of it was burned away from Tresty's arrow, but there's still like a whole bunch of like webbing and netting and stuff like that that's coating that whole corner of the chasm up there. So you can see, first of all, Mort, that the chasm itself continues on for about another 15 feet in that direction, right? In that direction. However, it looks like, unless your eyes deceive you because of the webbing itself, perhaps, that is the terminus of the chasm at that end. Ooh. So it narrows to a point right there and then expands outwards to the southeast. You understand?
Something like that?
15. Yeah. That's,
well,
yeah.
Yep.
A little bit, Yep. You're good. So, but you could see like that all of that extends outwards from the room itself to the northwest is all like coated in webs, right? Everywhere.
Okay.
However, you can see that in those webs, there is some treasure that is hidden. And you also see something even more interesting, perhaps, depending on your view of things.
Eggs. Egg sack.
You could see that there is very clear. Now, this is in a natural chasm. There is a square outline of what appears to be an open portal through the webs that leads from the very tip of the chasm directly west.
So something like that?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to like wade through webs or burn them away, but you could definitely see like there's like a discoloration there. And what made you see it when you kind of peer the lantern over is that it's like a geometric figure, right? Like
it stands out against the...
Correct. Yeah. However, there are shinies.
Shinies. Are they within reach from where I'm standing, or do I have to go out in there?
They are indeed. Yep.
Oh, within reach. Sweet.
It looks like there are the desiccated remains of actually not desiccated. It's just straight up bones, which looks like they've been either gnawed on in different parts. Like they no longer form a skeleton of any sorts, but it looks like it was definitely someone at some point because there are the remnants of like gear in there. You can see that there are 2 pouches that appear to be heavy with weight. There is a shining, you almost miss it but it reflects off of your lantern because it blends in with the color of the white webs. There's like a white opal, like a pristine, like smooth opal sitting in the webs. And there is a potion in a glass vial, and that potion itself is an icy white. Like the liquid within is like milk, but much more of like a blue white. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And there is also a piece of parchment that's sort of hanging in the webs as well.
And I can reach all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll pull it all in.
Cool.
Let's just take the easy stuff, dude, and not worry about the rest of it for now, right? We got to get Av out of here, too.
It's all easy.
Wait,
it's just that the door is the only thing that seems to be relatively inaccessible that would take some work.
Right. I think we put a pin in the door for now.
The pouches are heavy with coin.
Okay. So if I open them and look inside and do not empty them out, they got it right away. What would I see?
You see gold coins in both of them.
All right.
There is a total of in both, like total amongst the two pouches, there is 110 gold total. The white opal is quite beautiful, quite valuable. It is 200 gold value, and that is a unencumbering item.
Right.
Ooh.
Can we take the time to dump 110 copper coins, guys? And just take the gold?
Quick turn.
How long? A turn?
Mm-hmm.
How's Av looking? Like,
Yeah. How do I look?
Av is still coughing up blood. You may notice, however, Avaricious, that I have not implemented any mechanical penalties to you yet.
I know that has me really worried.
right. Okay. So pocket the opal, dump copper until we can carry the gold coins because we're all pretty loaded.
Okay. I have ceased trying to track like amounts of treasure now, so I just need you guys to be really diligent, especially if you survive this, and then we have to reconcile for XP value and all that sort of stuff. So make sure someone's a treasurer and has got all that shit down because I've lost count.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in our notes.
It's a good problem to have.
I'll just say dump equal amount of copper pieces here.
Okay. The potion takes up a slot.
Oh, I have room in my belt pouch because I had a potion in there before.
Okay.
All right. You want to taste it?
Now. I'll do the little taste test.
Taste test. Pepsi.
Oh, taste test. Yes. Okay. So you taste it a little bit, Matt. So it smells minty. You taste a little bit of it, and you guys can see that his lips turn immediately blue, and his jaw locks into place, and you can actually hear like a as he's like, and then it's slowly like you're like, and you can hear a visible crack as he resumes his normal ability to talk.
So what do you think that is?
Fire protection or a curse?
Did it seem like it was petrification, like stone, or like ice?
Like ice.
Did it feel cold?
Yeah, it felt really cold. Like the moment it hit your tongue, it was like super cold, and it like basically froze everything in that general vicinity in your mouth. Like immediately froze.
All right.
Not a useful thing right now, I think.
I do not want to drink the rest of this. I'm good.
No.
The scroll, we can just beat to the chase. You can tell that between Tresty and Avaricious that it is indeed an arcane scroll. She is she doesn't have read magic, so she can confirm that it is arcane. You can only guarantee its safety if you can put it in a scroll case. Onweir and Tresty both have one.
Onweir has a scroll case, so let's hand it to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so just mark it down, please. That
yep.
He's starting to collect a lot of these things. So
yeah. Okay. All right.
And where you got it, right? So I can reference it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
You also have the corpse in the northeast corner. If at the same time Mort is doing that, you could have someone look at that if you wanted to.
We said that Yost was going to go see if it's one of the darlings.
Okay. So Yost goes over. He's like, "Oh no, it's Cassandra. She was one of the henchwomen as well.
She drank from the fountain, didn't she?
Dalton could be such a bastard. He always sent the hench people in first. That's why
You'll notice, Yost, that we don't do that.
Well, I don't. There's no hench people around.
Oh,
he's looking at us.
You're right, but you'll notice that your rescuers from the prison, we are going to the room first.
Fair enough. But Cassandra, she was so pretty too. Oh, look at her here. It wasn't a spider bite. She's crushed like those bodies that were in the hollow shrines. Her bones.
Let's get away from the statue. Get away from the statue. Get away from the statue.
Are there gems in the eyes of the statue, John?
So there are no gems, but there are eyes depicted. They are made out of stone and they're painted in a lifelike manner. Mm-hmm. First time you've seen a statue that had that sort of depiction.
Okay, let's get out of here. I'm not.
We don't want to play with the arms.
No.
Oh, I don't want to die.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to look at stuff that Cassandra's stuff?
Oh, they did. The Daltons didn't loot her. I figured they would have looted her.
No, there's actually stuff on her.
Okay.
You can tell by the tracks too that there was some sort of like melee or something that happened right around here. Very likely that they either ran away or retreated or didn't have the time or something, right? Anyway,
I think she tried one of those doors and didn't have the whatever she needed, and the Thoth kind of took it out on her.
All right.
So
what does she got?
On her, there's a regular dagger. There is a purse that has 26 platinum pieces in it.
Ooh,
not too shabby.
Yeah, we take that.
Mm-hmm.
You said 26.
26. Yeah, that's 260 gold. There is but it doesn't even take up a slot, right? Unless it puts you over 100 and in coin total. There's a backpack, and inside the backpack there is actually a spell book, a grimoire.
Ooh.
Yes. And it's a spell book, so it is arcane as well.
Okay.
So that means like David could potentially use that spell book once he uses read magic.
Right? If they are spells that are on his spell list, because he's an illusionist, right? Depends on what kind of they are arcane spells, but they may be purely magic user, right?
Okay, guys, let's boogie.
Okay.
All right. So the spell book takes up a slot. Just whoever's got it.
Well, we'll give it to Onweir. I think he's got room, right?
We'll say it's okay for now, but we would definitely make sure you make a note once again so we can reconcile, because getting loot out of the dungeon is a huge part of this whole arc, right? Because you guys are so bared down. So. Okay.
All right. So we get all our stuff out of the hallway.
Yeah.
We've looted the corpse. We've looted the spider webs. We're avoiding the statue and the little extra tunnel. We're going across the span, through the door, around the corner.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, so that was simultaneous. I'm going to mark down one turn for like collecting and sorting gear. It is now 1:30 in the afternoon. You move through the door. Avaricios primes you for what he saw. As who's got the lantern again now? Gornd?
Back to Gornd.
Yeah, and John, can I just say, okay, so that shield, I'm fairly certain it actually lowered my armor class, correct?
You're not sure. You don't know if it was the shield. You just know, mechanically, I'll say this. There's a certain AC, which I know you have, and there's an AC that you think you have, and you are not meeting that AC.
Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna put the shield over my back and just sling it across my back. And then I'll just have the short sword and the
lantern. Okay. Lantern. Got it. No problem. Okay. So as you shine the lantern over people's shoulders there, Gorn, you can see that around the corner there, it opens up. You're coming in on the southeastern portion along the southern wall of a 40-foot by 30-foot rectangular chamber. It is 40 feet east to west, 30 feet north to south. You're coming in along the eastern side of the southern wall. Makes sense?
40 by 30, you said?
Yes. You got it, Ted. You're doing good. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so the
okay.
Rumor is that.
I hope this room goes somewhere.
Oh,
let's go.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. So you can't quite tell what the purpose of this room was, right? It's definitely Arcantian. It's definitely got, you assume it's like priestly administrative of some sort, but you're not really sure. There is a door that leads, a plain wooden door with iron bands that leads out on the western wall in the northwestern corner. Okay. However, directly to your left along the southern wall, 20 feet in from the west, there are a pair of large bronze double doors, which you have not seen the like before, like quite, imposing, right? There is a thick layer of dust in almost the entire room. It's about 2 inches thick, like really thick. However, there is definitely a path that has been disturbed. And it looks like it looks like footprints came into the room. There was a whole mess of disturbed dust that's in the middle of the room, and then the chaotically the footprints make their way to that door on the left hand on the western wall. Okay, there is a corpse, what appears to be an adventurer of some sort, that is lying against the south wall. And strangely enough, on the northern wall, sitting on top, like basically leaning against the wall itself in the dust itself, is a long, beautiful looking halberd. And I can give you a quick description of that real quick. It is noticeable not only because it's strange and it's just sort of sitting there against the wall, but it is made of brass with a wicked blade on the top.
Sure, it's fucking cursed again.
No, it's fine. Just go pick it up. It'll be good.
Okay, where is the body in relation? It's right where Ted drew the X, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. And so, no, the footprints actually go to the western door, Ted. Sorry. So there's like
I thought you said they went to the double door. Okay.
Yeah, the western door. So they kind of go into the middle of the room, and the whole middle of the room, the dust is disturbed, like they were like running around and stuff like that. That something happened there, and then they chaotically move towards in general, they end up at the western door. Okay. Now, as you kind of step into the room, you notice that like you brought in some like air, some draft with you as you kind of moved into the room and all kind of stuff, and you see the dust actually start to swirl up a little bit, just.
That's not good.
Well,
is there like windows or open ceiling or some other source of air?
No, but you did create a draft when you opened, like when Avaricios opened the door. Right. And you're kind of moving around the room. So it's you start to cough a little bit, like, whoa, and you can see, but it's starting to like lift off the ground. Yeah, Gordon.
Number one, looking at the floor as we enter the room, as the dust is moved, are there little holes in the floor for like spear traps?
No. Good plan, but does not appear to be that. No.
Number two, I pull my cloak up over my face so that I'm not breathing in the detritus of 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to peep at that corpse and see, is it a fresh corpse or not a fresh corpse?
It actually appears to be, unlike the recent corpses that you've seen, which have all been members of Dalton's Darlings, right? This appears to be an older corpse. It looks to be, and Joe's can confirm, he's like, I don't know who this is. But the corpse itself seems to be desiccated and dry, almost mummy-like. It is enough that you can't quite tell like what gender it probably was in life. It's so desiccated. There is completely rusted chainmail armor that it's wearing. You can see that there is a extremely gaudy, almost like way overdone ring that stands out to you, that is loosely hanging on to like its left ring finger, right? It's like a gold signet ring of some sort, and just without looking closer at it, you can see that it's got some sort of writing or depiction on top of the ring itself, like a flat top, like a signet ring. There is also in its other hand court, there is what appears to be a vial, a potion of some sort, and there is a swirling mist inside.
Similar to the Misty Step one not Misty Step, the other one that we saw, Gaseous Form.
It does appear to be similar, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
the dust is starting to form higher now in the room, and it's starting to actually swirl in a small, gentle vortex.
Like right where all those footprints were?
In general, yeah.
In the center?
Are there any footprints near the corpse?
Are
there any footprints near the corpse?
Yeah, there's like footprints that lead to the corpse. No, I'm sorry, there isn't. No.
And is the corpse covered in dust?
Corpse was covered in dust, yes. Yeah. You guys are like
stop getting up and running around.
Like really coughing really heavy now.
Is my cloak helping keep the dust out?
Keep you from coughing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, generally, but it's like it's starting to impair visibility a little bit now, and it doesn't seem like natural from now at this point. Like it's so heavy that something's not right here. You can tell.
Is it making a sound at all?
Yeah, there's like you could the grit of it like in the air. It's like forming around.
Should we back out of this?
Yeah.
Back up.
And see if it keeps building.
Tell you what.
We back up.
Mortis J. Gabliano will reach towards the corpse and pull it back out of the room.
Back out?
Yeah, like reach in, grab the arm, and like drag it out of the room.
Okay.
Backing up. To stay out of that dust.
What do the rest of you guys do?
I wave everyone back and be like, something's not right here.
Okay.
Let's back down that hallway.
As you pull back a little bit back down the hallway, Goran is like the one who's like in the front of the group, basically.
He's got the lantern.
Yeah, he's got the lantern. The vortex, the vortex of dust actually shapes into like it basically sucks all of the rest of the dust up into the off the floor and forms into like this swirling vortex like in the middle of the room, like, and you can see like come out of the dust cloud itself, made of dust, are two limbs that form fists on either side.
Uh-oh.
And the dust basically expands outwards in like 10 feet in all directions, and so it's going to get Goran possibly as it kind of spreads out. Goran, I need you to make me a save versus wands, please.
Okay.
1 sec.
As a dwarf, I have a 9 for wands.
I'm ready.
Crappity crap. Yay!
Okay, cool.
Baby.
All right, so you pull your cloak up around you as you're like, oh, this isn't right, and it barrels over. You have to shut your eyes, like, and it's like scours your face a little bit, like, oh, geez. But you're able to kind of step back out of the way of it, and that's at the moment that when you probably see actually the fists of dust start to form, and it basically the whole vortex starts to move towards the entire group. So I need everyone to please roll for initiative. I will start.
Go ahead, Avaricios.
I got a 1.
I will try to beat this.
Beat it.
Oh, brutal. I will roll again.
I shall also roll again.
I got a 5.
Ah! Okay, but there's one better than that, and this is what it is. It is a 3.
No good. Okay,
Not
so
a 3. A 3 is not better than a 5.
Where did you learn to count?
Telegraph your general actions as a party. What do you plan to do?
Backing out of the room and shutting the door.
Yep.
Okay. You guys are doing a full retreat. However, it did win initiative, so it's going to spin unnaturally fast towards Goran first. And its a huge fist made of dust come down on Goran. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Your AC, what you think it is 17? 16?
No, 16 without the shield.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, okay.
Ouch.
Okay. All right, so the fist comes down, like goes right down. And as it kind of hits you, it bludgeons you with the dust, but at the same time, like your a part of that fist actually goes like right down your throat with dust and like coats it. So you're gonna take first of all, you're gonna take 2 points of damage, and I need you to make me a save versus poison, please.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up.
Come on, Dwarfy.
Poison. 10. Just so
Dwarf it up.
Dwarf should be good with that, yeah. Oh, that ain't gonna do it. Okay.
A dwarf should be good with that.
Okay. So you so the dust goes down your throat and you start to like your throat seizes up as it's like completely coated with dust. You're like let's see. Hold on one sec. Yeah, okay. So in addition, you're going to take another 2 points of suffocation damage. And you can tell that it's going to get worse as it coats your throat. Like you're like, uh-oh, imminent death. Okay. That was its attack. It's your guys' turn.
Back out of the room, shut the door.
We don't have, rack your brains, we don't have something that would like disrupt a vortex, like a potion, like a flight spell wouldn't do it. I'm dragging that corpse with what we think might be gaseous form. Could we like throw the gaseous potion on it? It probably wouldn't really work.
It appears to be made completely out of dust. So to be clear, it's not like a sandstorm, right?
Yeah, I just feel like something that could break up the dust. I don't know.
I have an idea. I think we should get out of here first.
Yeah, okay.
So we can regroup.
Okay.
So
I can try to heal Goran. Let's get out of here. It may be stupid, but I have an idea, but we can discuss it once we get out.
Let's back up all the way to the hallway that we came through.
Right? I mean, we're right at that. It's only 20 feet. We can get out and
we
shut
go
the
through that door and on the ledge by the chasm and close that door.
Okay, so everyone retreats back out the door. Goran, I need you to make me another save on your turn.
Now, John?
Yep, now.
Okay. That one I made.
Okay, you cough out like a huge, like wet clump of dust out of your mucusy sort of clump of dust out of your throat. You're like, oh! Like a hairball. You're just like, you're like, okay. As silence reigns, and you can see like a little bit of dust sort of sifts out from underneath the door, right? But just sort of dies there, right? There's nothing gets through, right? But you can see that there's like a clear clump of wet, clumped dust, right? That you expelled out of your lungs. Okay, combat's over. It's okay.
Kick it over the edge. Get that thing out of here.
I'm not going to count that as a turn, because that was like really quick.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's my idea. I don't know if this is any good. We have this ice potion thing, right?
Yep.
We have some water skins. What if we
There you go.
Flash this thing with water and then freeze it with the freezing potion?
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think that's an interesting idea. I'm down to 5 hit points, so I'm not super excited about doing that.
Well, while you're talking, Mort's going to pull the ring and the potion and anything else valuable off of that body, and then we'll say a quick prayer and huck it over the side.
That is right.
Now that we have it, we can check it pretty good. All right. Now Goran, how are you feeling? I mean, I've got one more healing spell. I don't feel great, but you know what? I don't think what I can do can help what I've got. So, I can make you feel a little bit better, maybe. And then I
guess my only point is whoever goes into that room, you're looking at like multiple poison saves and just outright bludgeoning damage, right?
Well, there's that. I mean, but also, somebody made it through to the other door.
Because they ran through. As soon as it started a vortex, they booked it, I think is what happened.
And John, how long did it take to form?
That's what
it took about, I'd say, 15 to 20 seconds.
Once we noticed it, it was already forming.
We noticed it
noticed it. Then Goran went to the south and checked out the body, and then Mort, you were like immediately started pulling the body out, and then by that time it was fully formed.
I love the idea of just spraying that room with water because clumpy dust might not swirl quite so well. I think that's a great idea.
Just clear because just to interject real quick, Mort, when you look at this stuff, right? So that signet ring that you pulled off of it before you dumped the body, it's a gold signet ring. There is a smiling face, which appears to be the signet itself, and inscribed around the smiling face in a circle around the border is the name Jasmine. And you would estimate that the Jasmine does not ring a bell, but that is the name. And inscribed around, you could value it around 100 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll pop that in my pouch.
Make sure you note it and where you got it from.
a non-encumbering.
Yep. And the potion, give it a closer look. It's the same as the gaseous form we had before.
It seems very similar. Yeah, maybe a little bit off in the color, but it does there's no. It's like a vapor in there, not a liquid.
All right. So here's what I think, and I think Mike and I are kind of on the same page. We rush through that room to that other door. On the way, we sprinkle water around. We just take our water skins, squirt them out everywhere to keep the dust down. That might even slow it from forming. And we just book it straight through.
I love that idea. Yeah, I'm here for that.
I got an addendum to that idea.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna reach into the pouch and see if there's got one of those metal cans where you pump them up with pressure and it sprays bug powder.
That does not appear, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
What about a fireman's hose? Can you just go over to like the fireman's pump?
That's right.
Oh, what? Oh, you know what? We need a slip and slide. See if there's a slip and slide in there. Just unroll that thing. It's gonna squirt water the whole way, all the way to the door.
Yes, I look for a slip and slide in there.
Unfortunately not. No,
okay. Wait, hold on. Before we run through and fight the vortex of dust, we are standing next to a obvious replacement brick wall.
Yes.
We could knock it down and kill halflings to our heart's content. Or just run through their apartment screaming at top of our lungs and startling the hell out of them and getting out of here.
Gornd.
I'm sorry, what is that again? Because I thought that was the doorway we just went through.
No.
It's the red thing.
The red line there is a replacement brick wall.
Look, man, I want to kill the halflings. I do not want to try and do it when we have 5 hit points between all of us, right? Like,
no, I
want to kill them. I just don't want to try and take them on when we're this damaged and fucked up. You know?
I hear you. I should also point out that if you look at our map, if we get through that room and through that door on the far western side, we enter into the zone we labeled moaning.
Yeah, I know.
So something's dead in there. We're having a good time. I don't know, but we could go get some more feathers of mott, I guess.
Gornd, you can tell that the brick and plaster construction there is way more recent than anything surrounding it. In addition, Gornd, only you can tell because, well, when you point it out to others can see it, but you're the one who kind of caught it immediately. Because when you're up close, you can see that the mortar in between the bricks is not the best quality. And there are some gaps in between some bricks. And through those gaps, you just barely caught it because of your dwarfiness and seeing shoddy construction. You can see that there is flickering torchlight coming from the other side.
Yeah, that alchemist or whatever they've got working for him is like right on the other side.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love that idea. This would be an exceptional time to go in with a dwarven strike force and just level them all.
Yeah. All right. So
you do assume too, Gorn, that the noise and hubbub that you've created in this room, because there are gaps in this mortar, right? Sound may carry.
I don't think we would surprise them.
All right. So we loop the long way around to the debouche. Okay.
Yeah, and that means they're probably going to be waiting in the debouche room for us, even if we make it there. So much for just running up the staircase and being like, "Fuck you, halflings." But whatever, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
So we're almost at the end of the session. If you want to go ahead with your water plan, we can resolve that to cap
Let's
it
do
off.
Let's do it.
I think before Goran, before we do this, I don't like how you look. I think I should go ahead and try to cast my.
All right, Everest, let's do it. The last spell of the party. Here it comes.
Let's do it. I don't like how you're looking. I want you to stay alive so you can drag my dying ass to the inn.
All right, so D6 plus 1 hit points.
Right. And I will remind you, I'm also concussed. Do I roll to see if it works first?
Yes, actually, yes, that's good. So roll a D6, a 1, you do not cast, and you lose it, and you lose the spell.
The Mr. Miyagi.
Go here.
If you do right, no can defense.
Baby, that works.
All right. Lysion is still with you as you impart your healing wisdom into Gorn.
All right.
How
Now
much?
here comes the one. Just watch it. No. This is going to be really good.
3.
3 points. I'll take it.
That'll work. Cool. Well done. Okay.
Thanks, dude. All right, now wait. Do we want to wait like a turn and see if the dust devil like dissipates?
I think that would be wise because
Wait,
if he's
turn?
still
Yeah.
going, this doesn't do anything.
Yeah. While we're waiting, I'll see if this pouch can turn up a bucket of water.
No, you think you're thinking, oh, a bucket of water would be nice, and you do grab something, and when you pull it out, it's a pail, but it's
I
empty.
got a pail.
Water?
But it's empty.
It's empty. All right. Everybody pee in it.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's actually relatively small too. It's like a kid's sandcastle pail. It's like
All right, so
don't care.
Just peas in it. You know,
I'm going to
whatever.
urinate in it. Yeah.
Okay.
We all pee in it.
All right, so Avaricios, lead us through what you're doing, like not the plan, but just like narrate what's going on, what happens here.
All right. Our plan is we're going to open that door. If it sounds like this thing has died back down,
Okay,
We
let's
are
do it
going to
as we walk through it. Okay, so let's like actually do it. So you're gonna narrate.
okay, we're doing it. Okay, so
All
we
right.
go in.
You walk
we
through the
open that
door. The
One
sound like
addendum.
a-
Sorry, one addendum. Everyone wet cloth and tie it around your face. You don't want that shit getting in your throat.
Okay,
Yeah, it's worth a try.
okay.
why not?
Okay.
Bandanas and handkerchiefs and stuff. Okay.
We can do it during the turn that we're waiting for it to dissipate.
Everyone has to have their
Water
water
skins.
skins out.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
means-
Everyone gets their skins out. Yeah.
But I've got 2 occupied with a sack. So who's got 2 hands free? It's Goran is pretty much it.
Yep. I'll carry.
Well,
I'll do.
some of the two-handed wielders also. Well, no, because they're wielding. They're carrying a sack.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't want to bring our stuff.
Yeah.
I could. I mean, I'm only carrying a small sack's worth. I could just have one water skin in the one hand and do it. Or you could hold 2 water skins in one hand. I could empty them both out and just like.
So how are you bringing
Well,
all the treasure?
We got 2 options. One is we put down the treasure, we go spray water and hope it works. The other is, we try and juggle both things and just keep going.
right.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of in favor of the go in, spray a bunch of water, see if it works, and then grab our stuff and move through, rather than the juggling 2 things and just keep going kind of thing. But I can be overruled, of course.
Well, let's do this, okay? All the 2 weapon wielders, you can't hit a dust devil with an axe, right? So tie that shit to your back. All the 2 weapon wielders have 2 water skins. The rest of us are just chirping as much treasure through as we can get, right? And if we have to leave it as
The 2 weapon wielders have a weapon in one hand and a small sack in the other.
tie it to their back, he can just tuck
Weapon.
the sword. Yeah, tuck this weapon into his backpack straps or whatever. You attack it, right? Let's run.
yeah.
through
I'll buy it.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine. So we're going to barrel through. I'll give my
Yep.
water skin to Yost or whatever.
Everybody with water skins goes first.
Somebody's got a pail of pee.
Okay.
Here we go.
So you move through, you got everything strapped up, you got your water skins out. As you do, you can see the dust. A lot of the dust has actually settled back down into the room. However, you actually see the vortex starting to dial back down, but it's still sort of present. And the moment you guys come into the room, it's like it roars back, and it's like, and it comes like right back in, and like full force within seconds.
So we don't have time to get it wet before it.
You do. As I'm saying, you enter the room and you see it sort of dying down, and it just sort of like, and it comes
Okay.
back.
Oh, okay.
We wait long enough to stay down. Like,
Yeah, we didn't wait long enough, but it's fine. So we spray water on it and we run through the room. Is the idea, right?
yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is it is going to require a initiative roll, in order for your plan to go. It'll get an attack if it wins. If it doesn't, then you guys can do your plan immediately. So I'm going to roll real quick. I got a 5.
God
Who's rolling
bless.
initiative?
I'll roll it. I'll be the goat.
Okay, go ahead. A 1. Okay, so all right.
It might
so
still work.
You guys are gonna
leading the
race
way,
through with
John, so
your declaration is that you guys are going to be spraying water everywhere as you're moving quickly to the western
Yeah,
end.
try
right?
to get the dust
as
down.
quickly as you are. Okay.
Okay.
You guys are moving in force. I'm going to say it's a completely random roll. Everyone is subject, so we have 3 of you, and then there's 4 NPCs, correct? So 7.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to roll an 8-sider here. 8 does not count. Got to roll again.
That's Onweir. Sorry, Onweir.
3 is Avaricios.
Oh,
Yep.
Bye, guys.
All right, Avaricios. It's going. What's your AC?
It is. Well, the good news is I'm wearing the
Probably doesn't matter.
Kantian Lamellar. So my AC is 16.
Okay, so
Pretty good.
it roars back into life quicker than you thought possible, even though you waited some time for it to die down, but it looks like you really got it pissed off. So it roars down upon you, swinging with its fist, but you're able to see it coming, and you run as quickly as you can to the side, spraying water at and not you avoid the dust itself.
I think I'm probably spraying a little bit more than water right now.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone is just like dousing water as much as you can into that vortex, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your plan works. Really nice idea. Everything goes off without a hitch. So you douse the thing with water, and the moment that the water hits it, it's just like it just starts to just immediately die down and form like wet clumps of like wet mud, like on the ground, just blah, 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 blah. It doesn't make any sort of sound. There's no like humanoid voice or moaning or anything like that. It's just like the sound of all the dust in the air just sort of starts to die down, and you just hear like the wet blah, 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 blah. And then everything becomes quiet as you reach the western door.
Nothing like my beautiful evil.
So nicely done.
It might really just be a magical trap. Can we grab that house as we go to the door? Or is that going to really, like, who?
The halberd?
You can grab the halberd, yes.
Oh.
Who grabs the
It's not
halberd?
going to set off another encounter. I'll grab it.
Yeah. Well, now
Okay.
that our
we
water
should
thing,
we should cross off our water then, right?
Yes, yeah, that should be the penalty, is that you have no more water.
yeah. And if the thing isn't alive, we drop our skins and get the rest of the treasure.
Yeah, so
Get our traps.
I would say an empty skin. I still gonna. I know it's kind of shitty, but I am gonna say an empty skin still takes up a slot. So you have to
I
decide.
just drop it, man. We'll buy more later if we live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if
And dump the pail too. You don't have to keep the pail full of pee.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. So what's your alignment, Gordon?
I believe I'm neutral. So I'm neutral.
You're neutral? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. No reason. And you grab that halberd and you
another goddamn curse night.
You race into the next room. I'll give you a brief description and then we'll leave it there. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Give me 1 second. First of all, you find yourself entering in from on the eastern wall, on the southeastern end of it, into a 20 by 20 foot room. Okay, square room. There is a door directly in the middle of the northern wall, so straddling two squares. It looks like it's only recently been disturbed. Yeah, the northern wall. Sorry, Ted.
Right.
Yeah.
I also see that I did this room in purple, so I'm going to fix that.
Must be uniform. So the it's much smaller. It looks like the dust was recently disturbed. You assume by Dalton's darlings. There are brilliant frescoes of Thoth that decorate the walls in this small room. And there are in the very center of the room, and the footprints kind of go around it. Looks to be a wooden desk and chair in the very center of the and they gleam. Both the desk and the chair gleam with a gold veneer.
Ooh.
And they look like extremely fragile in the room. And it looks like the tracks like veer wide around them, and like they were never investigated, and like they go right through the northern door.
Right on.
All right.
Oh,
Good.
we don't want to go north.
No, that's why I put the door on the other wall, guys. I was hoping.
You were just hoping, you just willing it to be so.
Wishful thinking.
All right, so we'll see what they
I wanted
do.
to manifest our exit.
It's very plain, like the construction of the wooden desk and the chair seem plain, but all of them are coated with this gold veneer. So rather strange. But the Dalton appears to have swung wide around them and gone to the north. So we'll leave it there.
It's a mimic desk.
Yeah, nothing on the desk, right?
Nope.
It's plain empty.
Just a plain desk and chair, but coated with gold. Yeah.
Plain desk and chair that eats people.
We'll see.
We're gonna.
So we'll see how they investigate that next time. Anyways,
All right.
That was very fun. It looks like they're edging closer, maybe. Who knows?
Oh my God!
Hey man, we got across the chasm.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
can't believe
That's a
we did it
victory.
across the chasm. I did not think that was
cool.
going to happen.
And all the cool stuff you did with the combat and fighting, that is all like super, out of the box thinking stuff. So it was very, very cool. And you got some sweet loot, so that's pretty awesome.
Sweet loot.
And some, don't forget like the little interesting things that you decided not to do, like that concealed door behind the webs and things like that. Right?
Yeah, man.
The strange symbols next to the doors, right? All that sort of stuff. The statue itself,
Symbols,
with its seams, right? Or it might be a good idea to make
up coinage.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why the corpse itself, Cassandra, was crushed, important as well, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, things to think about.
They were dinking or
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about getting back to Gosterwick and carousing. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yes, so close. You're getting there. You're getting there. All right. All right, everybody. That'll do it for the night. You've been watching 3D6 Down the Line. Don't forget to like and subscribe and spread the word. And I hope everyone has a great week, and we will see you next time, everyone. Have a great night. Bye now.
Bye. Thanks, John.
Thanks, everyone.